Alright, hello. Today we're going to change the rear wheel bearing on the 64 Corvair. Basically, 61 through 64 are the same. The wheel bearings are just a little bit different. I think I'm going to try and put a 62 on this one. I think it'll fit a 64, but I feel this is really hot. And basically, the reason that I think the wheel bearing is going bad is you can see some of the grease falling out here that's dried and hot, and I've got a lot of noise coming from here. So basically the way I isolated that was I jacked up one side of the car, drove it in gear, other side of the tire is just, planted on the ground. And, since it's not a posi unit, one tire will spin if it's in the air versus the other one. You want to be careful if you try this. I'm not giving you directions on how to do that. The other side, head it up, no sound. This side is the sound, so it's got the problem with it. So as you can see, basically I've already taken the tire off and taken the drum off. You basically undo your 4 bolts and then yank or hammer on this guy until it comes out. Usually if you haven't taken it off, you might have a little struggle getting that off, but you just whack it with a hammer on the back. So let's get started. Thing that's holding this guy in is there's 4 bolts. It's 9/16. So what you need is a long socket like this. You can see that. You just run it through here and then get it on one of the 4 bolts and undo it. There should be a lock washer behind this. So there's going to be a bolt or a nut that comes off and then a lock washer. And that should be 4. So you'll do one, then you'll do the next one, rotate it around here. You'll do the next one, There's 4 of them. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and pause the video and we'll resume once I get that done. Okay, and I'm back again, and basically we've got the bolts off, or nuts off, I keep saying this wrong. And the next thing we can do is kind of wiggle this out. You shouldn't have to take off your shoes to get this out. And here's the other thing that might happen, which just happened, is this back plate came off. So I'm just going to try and hold that up a little bit. But basically, as you can see, here's the axle unit. Just kind of pull on it. And then it comes through, and my whole assembly's coming off here. So I'm going to take a second and fix that. It just slips back on. This thing slips back on here. There you go. Alright, so looking at here is the axle, and this is the bearing that's going bad. Definitely looks bad to me. There's a lot of play in that. There's a lot of play. I'm not an expert at these, but this is probably the worst I've seen. I pulled apart a number of cars. It's just the way that these rear bearings rotate, it gives you kind of a false impression as far as how loose they are, but this one's definitely loose. So I've got a replacement one. The next thing we're gonna have to do is the end of the axle. There's a yoke that'll have to come off before I can get it all the way out. So let's hold on a sec. Alright, so here we go. We got a little bit more light on this. Still pretty loose. It moves around. So the next thing we're gonna do is go down to here and unattach these U-bolts from the yoke. So this is a 1/2 inch. The thing I like to do here, make this a little easier for yourself, is pull it out far enough that it kind of gets in this metal area, in this cage here. And then you can crank on the bolts a lot easier than just trying to do it while it's free, unless you have like an air ratchet. I'm going to take these off, and then I'll show you the next step in a second here. So, alright, so here we go again. I got these bolts loosened up, so basically I can just take them off by hand at this point. These nuts loosened up, sorry. So, undo this guy. Okay. So here we go. Here's some of what I have here. Still got the other side. The thing to note is I did the U-joints on this, so I've taken apart before, but if these are hard to take apart, sometimes they may be stuck. You have to hit a hammer on here, you know, very carefully. I put like a nut on here and hit a hammer just lightly to tap it out, you know. I'm thinking mine are just going to come out. I think that's going to happen. Probably look at the U-joint, see if the U-joint's good. It should be good. But yeah, mine's coming out super easy. Just like cake. So yeah, this is the bolt to hold yoke in. Alright, so we'll just flip it around and do the other side. Already loosened this side as well, so I'm just gonna hand untighten these guys. I think I chose the yoke or the U-joint with a grease filler, so I'm gonna probably just fill it while I got it out, because put a little grease in there. I mean, what the heck, why not? Or maybe not. I don't know. We'll check it out. If it's already oozing out of the sides, then maybe no need to. Should probably be. Alright, so this guy should come out actually fairly easy. Let's see this come out. There you go. By hand. This has been done before. So, in fact, I think I may have replaced these bolts with new ones from Clark's. Here's the yoke. Here's the yoke assembly. Alright, I'm going to pause it now.